bees tàq loolu mooy lan diggante nekk programme boo xam ne dafa jóg pour defar diggante yi.
diggante dinañ waxtaane nag si biir kër yi.
diggante nit ki ak boromam.
dinañ dem si biir office yi.
diggante nit ki ak yonantu.
dinañ génn réew mi.
diggante nit ki sax ak moromam bàyyi daam am na ko tiit na lool ci diggante ak boromam mbaa du yàqu yi.
diggante du fi yàqoo diggante dina ko defar fii.
ndax nag réeroo amul daal waaye ñàkk a waxtaan am bu ñu waxtaanee gindandikoo programme boobu nag ana ñan ñoo koy amal.
Mouhamadou Lamine Kane al Mansour ànd ak xaritam Baye Dame Diouf ñooy def diggante.
Gambian Talents TV. ñoo leen di indil programme bu mag boobule.
dinañ ko indi ajuma bu nekk bu juróom-ñetti waxtu jotee ba juróom-ñeenti waxtu ak genn wàll.
asalaamaaleykum mbokk yi gannaaw bu ñu sant yàlla julli si yonent bi di leen nuyu di leen sargal di leen ne yéen a baax Gambia moo taxit rek ñu ñëwaat seen i beneen show yi Gambian Pride Show seen i show suñu soo yi Afrique soo yi ñëpp dama koy wax all the time Gambia nag di suñu dëkk neexul ba neex dañuy faral di wax ne rest in peace yal na ko yàlla xaalal àjjana ay waay kii moo great ay kii moo nekk ndaanaan ay kii mooy woon champion waaye bu mooy dunda ndax yow ndax man sargal neen kii Gambian Pride Show nag loolu la ñëw ku stop maanaam ku ne déedéet nañuy célébrer ñi nga xam ne ñoom la ñu am Gambia nag yàlla daf ñu may ñu am fi ay jigéen am fi ay góor ñoo xam ne tubaar fakala macha allah ay jàmbaar leen su ma ne jàmbaar yi ne ma ko gën a xam duga neen si kaso yi duga neen si fu ne yëpp rek ku gis ne suñu dëkk mu ngi dem si kanam kon nag Gambia seen i mbokk seen i xarit Fatou Samba moo leen toogal fii si Gambian Talents TV ñu nar a waxtaan ak nag tey jigéen ju mun góor su ma ne jigéen ju mun góor gars yi dañuy laajte jigéen ndax dina war a mun góor ahankañ jigéen su amee fula jigéen su amee fayda jigéen su nekk a chi maanaam nekk di ekkati loxoom di liggéey ba mu baax xam ne moom jigéen la waaye am na lu mu mun kii laa leen indil tey muy Fatou Jaw Manneh dinañ ko bàyyi mu nuyoo askan bi su ko defee rek ñu gën a waxtaan ak moom si waxtaan bu yaatu Madame Fatou Jaw Manneh, good afternoon and welcome to the Gambian Talents TV.
Good afternoon, Fatou. I am so happy to be here. Kontaan naa trop. You look beautiful. All of you are smart and serious. I'm really touched. Good evening to you and all of Gambia.
All right. Fatou Jaw Manneh, this is your first time being on the Gambian Talents TV. A lot of people are watching. If I am to ask, will you mind to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Gambian, coming from Sukuta and Fonyi Block, I will say. I've been in the US for a while in exile, but I am back home and here I am with you. Alhamdulillah.
So what have you been doing, if I would ask, you know? Kan moy Fatou Jaw Manneh?
I have my day job, like what we call in the US. Fu nga dem liggéey ñu jox la salary nga mëna dunda. I have that. Why man ñu bari xam nañ ma for activism. I am a political commentator and an activist.
That's quite interesting. So, tell us about your educational background.
Actually, I am a product of St. Joseph's High School. From there, in the U.S., I went to Strayer University in Washington, D.C. That's where I have my first degree, my bachelor's. And I started my master's degree, but I did not complete it because that's when I come to the Gambia. I came here and I had issues with Jammeh, and then that was it.
What issue did you have with Jammeh?
As you know, President Jammeh was a dictator. And during his time as president in the Gambia, you know, it was very, very difficult. I have any issue with him personally. It's just that the way he was governing the country, and we write commentators, then we will speak and we will write, and at some point we were definitely, you know, talking against his bad governance that led to, you know, his packing and leaving.
All right. Sumala don latte about sa family. kan mooy sa waajur fan nga faaxee ko you know yow si ban family nga jógee.
I know. I don't like talking about my private life. Why? Man suma papa Seni Manneh la tudda, and suma yaay is Aissatou Diallo Sukuta. But we also have a house in Fonyi Bullock, and I have a lot of brothers and sisters. Why? Man suma family yip Sukuta la nekka. We are from Sukuta.
So yéen leen di ooyee Sukutarian.
Ah, Sukutarian. That's a nice name.
That's nice. So still just to ask, a lot of people believe that women were mostly known in the kitchen and eventually become housewife. How do you escape that?
Actually, Mantamit, I got married very early and I had kids very early.
At what age?
But I would say 20, 21 years. But then I was interested in journalism. The Madan Binda letter to the editor, to the Observer. When Observer started with Kenneth White Best, the Madan Binda all the time. So my dem Martin I did not Binda letter your book to the editor. So one time, letters to the editor, Moneko Ki next time, bring her to my office. So I went to see him. Monema, you're the one writing all these letters. Monema, can you come and join us? Moneko, man, I don't have any experience in journalism. I am just fresh from high school. I don't even have work experience much. Monema, no, but what you're writing, Moneko, okay, I'll think about it. So Monema, why not you be a columnist? Moneko, what do I do as what's a columnist? Monema, all these letters you are writing, you will have to write it every week. You bring it. Just make sure you make it lengthy, but you don't fail. Every week you bring. I said, okay, I'll think about it. So I went and thought about it and joined full time as a reporter.
And we learned that you were the first female reporter of the Daily Observer. Is that so?
Probably so. I was the first female reporter. Then later came, there were ladies at the Observer working though, as copy editors, I think, in administrative side. We had few women, I think Asia Sherry and few others. And then later we had Fatmata Singate. She was coming from Nigeria. She was a serious reporter too. She joined us. And then the likes of Sheriff Bujang, then came the Chernobabas, Baba Gali Jalos, the Ejaos. Yeah, we all went through the Observer.
So what motivated you to join the Observer?
Oh, man, I'm a very opinionated person. Even that time, I just write about social issues, what's going on in the country, whether, prices of commodities, whatever, social commentary, and politics, whatever was going on in the community, I was writing about it. Just my opinions. And then when I joined as a reporter, then I was sent places to cover.
So at some point, Sapiency, do they have any problem with you writing about things that are affecting the country? Were they scared?
Yeah, they were confused. I didn't tell them. I did not tell my parents what I do. My parents are not educated. So one day my dad was like, Fatou, what are you doing? Some people say, let me, pray for Fatou. Some will say, warn her. What is it that you do? I said, oh, Dad, I'm just working like Radio Gambia. I just said, that's what we do, that time Radio Gambia is their radio. I said, we just do like Radio Gambia, but we write it down. That's how I explained reporting to him, but I never gave him the gist of what we do, because at that time too, the PPP politics was strong, and they were PPP fanatics. And we were not happy with PPP. We were very young, we don't even vote. But we thought, the opportunities for young people were very scarce. So we were skeptical at some point, and, and also social issues and stuff like that.
So getting into the field of journalism at that young age, a lot of people will say, "Hale bi dafa ñeme, hale bi lu xew mu get into that field." Why not getting into other field than journalism?
I don't know. At that time, I was not working, so I just started sending my letters my opinion letters and the observer, the owner of the observer paper.
am na lu ñu leen andil lu bees tàq loolu mooy lan diggante nekk programme boo xam ne dafa jóg pour defar diggante yi.
diggante dinañ waxtaane nag si biir kër yi.
diggante nit ki ak boromam.
dinañ dem si biir office yi.
diggante nit ki ak yonantum.
dinañ génn réew mi.
diggante nit ki sax ak moromam bàyyi daam am na ko tiit na lool ci diggante ak boromam mbaa du yàqu yi.
diggante du fi yàqu diggante dina ko defar fii.
ndax nag réeroo amul daal waaye ñàkk waxtaan am bu ñu waxtaanee gindandikoo programme boobu nag ana ñan ñoo koy amal.
Mouhamadou Lamine Kane al Mansour ànd ak xaritam Baye Dame Diouf ñooy def diggante.
Gambian Talents TV. ñoo leen di indil programme bu mag boobule.
dinañ ko indi ajuma bu nekk bu juróom-ñetti waxtu jotee ba juróom-ñeenti waxtu ak genn wàll.
asalaamaaleykum mbokk yi gannaaw bu ñu sant yàlla julli si yonent bi di leen nuyu di leen sargal di leen ne yéen a baax Gambia moo taxit rek ñu ñëwaat si seen i beneen show yi Gambian Pride Show seen i show suñu soo yi Afrique soo yi ñëpp dama koy wax all the time Gambia nag di suñu dëkk neexul ba neex dañuy faral di wax ne rest in peace yal na ko yàlla xaalal àjjana ay waay kii moo great ay kii moo nekk ndaanaan ay kii mooy woon champion waaye bu mooy dunda ndax yow ndax man sargal neen kii Gambian Pride Show nag loolu la ñëw ku stop maanaam ku ne déedéet nañuy celebrate ñi nga xam ne ñoom la ñu am Gambia nag yàlla daf ñu may ñu am fi ay jigéen am fi ay góor ñoo xam ne tubaar fakala macha allah ay jàmbaar leen su ma ne jàmbaar yi ne ma ko gën a xam duga neen si kaso yi duga neen si fu ne yëpp rek ku gis ne suñ dëkk mu ngi dem si kanam kon nag Gambia seen i mbokk seen i xarit Fatou Samba moo leen toogal fii si Gambian Talents TV ñu nar a waxtaan ak nag tey jigéen ju mun góor su ma ne jigéen ju mun góor gars yi dañuy laajte jigéen ndax dina war a mun góor ahankañ jigéen su amee fula jigéen su amee fayda jigéen su nekk a chi maanaam nekk di ekkati loxoom di liggéey ba mu baax xam ne moom jigéen la waaye am na lu mu mun kii laa leen indil tey muy Fatou Jaw Manneh dinañ ko bàyyi mu nuyoo askan bi su ko defee rek ñu gën a waxtaan ak moom si waxtaan bu yaatu Madam Fatou Jaw Manneh, good afternoon and welcome to the Gambian Talents TV.
Good afternoon, Fatou. I am so happy to be here. Kontaan naa trop. You look beautiful. All of you are smart and serious. I'm really touched. Good evening to you and all of Gambia.
All right. Fatou Jaw Manneh, this is your first time being on the Gambian Talents TV. A lot of people are watching. If I am to ask, will you mind to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Gambian, coming from Sukuta and Fonyi Block, I will say. I've been in the US for a while in exile, but I am back home and here I am with you. Alhamdulillah.
So what have you been doing, if I would ask, you know? Kan moy Fatou Jaw Manneh?
Man, I have my day job, like what we call in the US, fu nga dem liggéey ñu jox la salary nga mëna dunda. I have that. Why man ñu bari xam nañ ma for activism. I am a political commentator and an activist.
That's quite interesting. So tell us about your educational background.
Actually, I am a product of St. Joseph's High School. From there, in the US, I went to Strayer University in Washington, D.C. That's where I have my first degree, my bachelor's. And I started my master's degree, but I did not complete it because that's when I come to the Gambia. I came here and I had issues with Jammeh, and then that was it.
What issue did you have with Jammeh?
As you know, President Jammeh was a dictator. And during his time as president in the Gambia, you know, it was very, very difficult. I have any issue with him personally. It's just that the way he was governing the country, and we write commentators line, we will speak and we will write, and at some point we were definitely talking against his bad governance that led to his packing and leaving.
All right. Suma la doon laajte about sa family. Kan mooy sa waajur fan nga faaxee ko yow si ban family nga jógee.
I know. I don't like talking about my private life. Why? Man suma papa Seni Manneh la tudda, and suma yaay is Aïssatou Diallo Sukuta. But we also have a house in Fonyi Bullock, and I have a lot of brothers and sisters. Why? Man suma family yip Sukuta la nekk. We are from Sukuta.
So yéen leen di ooyee Sukutarian.
Sukutarian. That's a nice name.
That's nice. So still, just to ask, a lot of people believe that women were mostly known in the kitchen and eventually become housewives. How do you escape that?
Actually, Mantamit, I got married very early and I had kids very early.
At what age?
But I would say 20, 21 years. But then I was interested in journalism. The Madan Binda letter to the editor, to the Observer. When Observer started with Kenneth White Best. The Madan Binda all the time. So my matters, I did not Binda letter, your book, to the editor. So one time, letters to the editor, Moneko Keys, we knew next time, bring her to my office. So I went to see him. Munema, you are the one writing all these letters. Munema, can you come and join us? Maneko, man, I don't have any experience in journalism. I am just fresh from high school. I don't even have work experience much. Munema, no, but what you're writing, Maneko, okay, I'll think about it. So Munema, why not you be a columnist? Maneko, what do I do as what's a columnist? Munema, all these letters you are writing, you will have to write it every week. You bring it. Just make sure you make it lengthy, but you don't fail. Every week you bring. I said, okay, I'll think about it. So I went and thought about it and joined full time as a reporter.
And we learned that you were the first female reporter of the Daily Observer. Is that so?
Probably so. I was the first female reporter. Then later came, there were ladies at the Observer working though, as copy editors, I think, in administrative side. We had few women, I think Asia Sherry and few others. And then later we had Fatmata Singate. She was coming from Nigeria. She was a serious reporter too. She joined us. And then the likes of Sheriff Bujang, then came the Chernobabas, Baba Gali Jalos, the Ejalos. Yeah, we all went through the Observer.
So what motivated you to join the Observer?
Oh, man, I'm a very opinionated person. Even that time, I just write about social issues, what's going on in the country, whether, prices of commodities, whatever, social commentary, and politics, whatever was going on in the community, I was writing about it. Just my opinions. And then when I joined as a reporter, then I was sent places to cover.
So at some point, Sapirency, do they have any problem with you writing about things that are affecting the country, where they're scared?
Yeah, they were confused. I didn't tell them. I did not tell my parents what I do. My parents are not educated. So one day my dad was like, Fatou, what are you doing? Some people say, let me, pray for Fatou. Some will say, warn her. What is it that you do? I said, oh, Dad, I'm just working like Radio Gambia. I just said, that's what we do. That time Radio Gambia is their radio. I said, we just do like Radio Gambia, but we write it down. That's how I explained reporting to him. But I never gave him the gist of what we do, because at that time too, the PPP politics was strong, and they were PPP fanatics. And we were not happy with PPP. We're very young, we don't even vote. But we thought, the opportunities for young people were very scarce. So we were skeptical at some point, and you know, and also social issues and stuff like that.
So getting into the field of journalism at that young age, you know, a lot of people will say, "Hale bi dafa ñeme, hale bi lu xew mu get into that field." Why not getting into other field than journalism?
I don't know. At that time, I was not working, so I just started sending my letters, you know, my opinion letters, and the Observer, the owner of the Observer paper, thinks I will make a very good journalist, and he talked us into it. They will give us some training here and there. We will go with experienced journalists. Then you have the Justice Fofaras, Dr. Ibrahim Asise, Sheriff Bojang, you know, we used to have very great, you know, writers and journalists at that time.
So how much were you paid?
I can't even remember. I can't even remember, but you know, at that time, money was, a little money can get you a lot, 1,000 something. Yeah, at that time, that was, yeah, that was good for us.
All right. How was life like growing up in Sukuta, somewhere like Sukuta used to be a nice place, and not a lot of people will say, what are some of the activities that you engage as a young person growing up in Sukuta?
Oh, man, I grew up between Sukuta and Fonyi Block, and I'm not too adventurous, you know. I'm always school activities, home, reading, music, that's my thing. I read a lot. I want to be at a corner. I want to read, I want to talk with my friends. You know, we want to do community work, community health centers, you know, community work. We were engaged in community work, but not as it is today. We don't run around clubs or places, or, you know, we don't have any night activities or anything like that. Everything runs, you know, within circle of friends, community, you know, you read music, you know, but within the family circles. You know, basically.
Was there any different growing up in Sukuta and also spending some few time at Fonyi?
Not really. No, Fonyi is nice, very, very nice, very quiet. My mom used to have a garden at the back, and we used to go to the faro, you know, we used to take walks, you know, into the wilderness in the evenings. For school activities and community work. That's about it. Very quiet and, you know, laid back.
So your mom is from Fonyi?
No. All of them are from Sukuta, but we just have a home in Fonyi.
Oh, okay.
It's a long story, but yeah.
All right.
My mom and dad, they're all from Sukuta.
That's nice. Just to imagine, you know, I would imagine you would have faced a lot of challenges, discrimination. What are some of the challenges you face as a reporter at the then Daily Observer?
At the Observer, there are people who will say, oh, she came through the back door. You know, they gave her this, somebody brought her there. That was not the case, because at that time there are not many girls doing journalism. But really, nobody brought me there. I didn't know who the Observer, I don't even know who were running Observer. But I will buy the paper and I will read it and I will write my commentary in letters. I'll pack it and take it to the editor, and I'll go there and give it to her. And then they will publish it. They'll publish it. Then they invited me, and the owner said, well, he was, you know, Kenneth Best, he was coming from Liberia. He was running from war in Liberia with his paper. So he came. People were skeptical. They said, Gambians don't read. You cannot make anything out of newspaper business here. You know, but he persevered, and Observer, all this new journalism came from the Observer. Because then we had papers, we had Foria. You know, Foria was, I think that was the basis of our intro in reading a newspaper, but then the Observer took it way further, reaching a whole lot of people in wider audience. And then, yes, they couldn't believe, you know, a girl would be interested in journalism, or you'd be a reporter. They will say, oh, you know, you're a woman, you're a reporter, or something like that. what some will say, oh, she came through the back door, somebody brought her, you know. So I heard all kind of things, but it didn't bother me. I just write what I thought I saw in the community, and then I continue, even since I was young, and up to now, that's what I do.
So when did they employ you at the Daily Observer?
That was in the 90s, and I just spent like 2 years there, then I went to the US, kind of.
dégg naa da nga déggeroon boppa ñu ne jigéen ji dafa bari affaire moo tax mu daw mu dem America dem uti asylum. Is that so?
Really?
ñu ne lu nekk nga bina.
Not really, because when Yaya took over, of course I was writing a lot about Jammeh, and when Jammeh came to power, I was writing a lot and saying a lot out of fear and caution, because the way he was going, I had a feeling it's going to be a very rough ride for Gambia. So I got up very early about Yaya Jammeh. When they actually, I was skeptical, but we wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. But when they killed Koro Sise, that's when I washed my hands off that government. I knew it will never be good for Gambia. The way that guy died, that was very foreign to Gambia. So if young folks can kill their own brother, or if he can die on those kind of circumstances, then we knew we had a long ride in Gambian politics. It will never ever be the same. So that's how we got into activism, from journalism to serious activism, you know, speaking against things that were happening here during Jammeh's reign. I think that's when many people know me.
From journalism to serious activism. Fatou Manneh, we will want to know, what will you consider, which of your stories will you consider the best, and why?
Oh, there are many. There are many. Any story that has to do with the community, it's a big story for me. You know, whether it has to do with children or whether it has to do with women. At one time, I wrote a story about women who were selling and taking vegetables to a certain hotel, and they were discriminated against. They had some bias there. I had to cover it. Human stories, you know, people. I love anybody who writes very well. Right now, you know, we have so many kind of journalism, print journalism. Your time now, all media, all over. Then we didn't have all this, you know, but just look at what you're doing. You know, I like human stories. Talking to people, no, that's my niche too. That's what I like to do most. Talking to people and trying to figure out their minds, what they do and how they contribute to society. At that time, I was, you know, also curious about those kind of people and people who are trying to create businesses for communities. Human stories, definitely, all kinds, from politics to local culture, agriculture, all of it.
You talk about getting married at the age of 20, if I'm right? So tell us, how was your husband like with the field of journalism? You get into the field of journalism. Was he supportive? Was it like, okay, why not you choose another career?
Oh, no. He was very supportive. Most of my reading material I get from him. He's also, at the time, Time Magazine, West Africa Magazine, BBC. You know, so he was into the world of information, and he loves history. I love history too, literature, and then he later on became a lawyer. But no, I had no issues with that.
He was very supportive.
Not with my family, not with my brothers, not with my husband then, just my dad, my mom and my dad, but they don't quite know what I do.
So how do you manage, you know, doing journalism without mommy and daddy actually understanding or knowing that this is what you're doing?
No, by the time they knew I left the country, I just tell them I am in news. They know news by Radio Gambia, so they keep thinking I'm doing the same. But I told them not on radio, we write it on paper, and they don't read. We see Observer changed that, because when we are the Observer, you have market women, they come and buy the paper and take it to their families because everybody now wants to know what's going on in politics, in business, in culture, and yeah.
You must be very intelligent, huh?
Just like you, I was just trying and curious and active, You are very serious and enthusiastic about what you do. I was the same too, follow my stories, travel all the way to Bansang, to Basse. Love it. Write about things that you see. They'll just let me just go and write anything. Or whatever I bring in, they will look at it and come.
All of a sudden, we had that Fatou Manneh is in the United States of America. Why did you left the Gambia and also left journalism as a career?
In the U.S., I didn't plan to be a journalist there, but I tried to go to school and I did some banking. And I was working, but I still carried my activism. I was very concerned about what was going on in Africa, all of Africa, and in the Gambia, and I continued that.
Mm-hmm. So why do you left Gambia in 1994?
I was married. My husband was in the U.S., so I had to go to the U.S.
Oh, okay. So you didn't left Gambia
because
to
of exile.
U.S.? Yes.
Oh no. When we started having issues with Jammeh when I was in the U.S. It was me, it was my husband then, it was so many other journalists ran. They found me there, Ibrahim Assise, Justice Fofana.
Ibrahim Assise, the current minister? Which
Ibrahim Assile.
Right.
No, Ibrahim Assile too was a journalist and he was outside too in exile. I think he was working with the UN though somewhere.
Okay.
And at some point he and D.A. Jao, they were all working in Senegal. Ibrahim Assile, D.A. Jao, this is Dr. Ibrahim Assise. He used to be one of the top journalists at the Observer.
Okay.
But then when things became tough with this military people, they all had to leave. Now he's Dr. Ibrahim Assise. He does research at the university. Cherno Baba Jallo, Sheriff Bojang. Eventually most of them left to further their studies or to move away from the hostility, but mostly to study, and somewhere back, and everybody took up. When it went rough, everybody took off.
It's good you cleared this because a lot of people thought you just went to exile because of Jammeh, not for
We
marriage.
stayed in exile because we couldn't come back. We were in exile because of what was going on here. But it's not that we had a problem with him here, then we ran, no. Because when we started writing about him from there, and we knew, even Observer owner, he arrested him. They arrested him, took him somewhere, and then, took him back to war-torn Liberia, where he was running away from. So he found me in DC too. So we all sat and talked, and we met there, and we talked about Africa and journalism, how difficult it was. And with Cherno Baba went to New York, Columbia University to do his journalism. Dr. Baba Gale Jallo, D.A. Jao, Ibrahim Assile, alhamdulillah, now he's back. He's the Minister of Information. So we did a lot in exile, yeah.
Tell us about your early days in the United States of America.
America is a completely different world, but you can basically do anything that you want to do there. You can work, you can go to school. I was working and going to college for almost 5 years, and then that was it.
Coming to the land issue saga that is happening in the country, we cannot sit with you without talking about land dispute. A lot of people are talking about land. Problem is Sufi for Bari Torop Sibir Gambia. You mentioned earlier that you are from Sukuta, and recently we have seen a lot of land dispute in the Combos, including Sukuta. What is responsible for this?
The Sukuta Salaji land issue has been going on for a very long time. It's complicated. What is happening now in Sukuta? Sukutarians, their lands are confiscated from them, and then they will they will sell it to other people. They will come and take your land, and they will tell you all of Combo Estate land, we need this for a school. They will take it from you, and next year you come, there will be no school. There will be somebody there who they sell, that person will be there with his home. So you are wondering, why did they take my home away from me and give it to somebody else? But they will take it and say, we are going to build a market for you here. Look at this sketch. They'll bring a sketch for the community. This is the graveyard. This is going to be the market. This is going to be the hospital. They will push you guys all of what you have with no compensation. And then they will not put a school or a market. They will sell it. If you disagree, you take them to court. It will be over 10 years. Even the court, even the judgment, if it gives you back your land, they will not, enforce it. They won't give it back to you. So people are tired of it. And lucky, myself, I'm a victim of it. They took my land and they demolished these fences and my trees that's been there. And they sold part of it, and the other part, they said AMRC sold it to people. If I ask, how did you get this place? They said, we bought it from AMRC. AMRC, I think, is a recovery branch of our community. Don't have anything to do with Gambian banks or government loans. So how come AMRC is selling our lands? So they will give me, they said, we'll compensate you, Said, okay. They compensate me with somebody else's land. So I go there trying to build. They said, oh, no, Fatou, this is my home. And that's how they've been doing it. And I think it's very unfair. It's very wrong. It's very criminal. These are government officials who are supposed to make sure the community lives in harmony. They put structures in the community so that everybody lives in harmony. But instead, they will use bad laws like, oh, all of Combo is owned by government or the state. But who is the state? The state comes in to help the community, to help everybody. I come to your area, I make sure you have a market, you have good roads, you have boundaries for everything. But I don't come and take it from you and give it to B. So which means you're creating hostility between newcomers when, it should have been beautiful seeing everybody living in peace. But if you take what I have and you give it to people after telling me that's misleading information, false information, misleading information, and it's criminal because they sell it. They're not giving it free. They will sell it. Or sometimes they go sell it to businessmen. Before I give your land to a businessman, that businessman should buy from you so that you have the money to develop yourself. But I don't come and tell you I'm going to build a hospital here. I take your land and I'll give it to this businessman who is building a private hospital or a private something. You understand what I'm saying? Or a housing estate that brings nothing to you or to the community. Poor people have to pull out the money to go buy that commodity, and most of the time they cannot even afford it. And you take it, you tell them, I'm going to bring this, I'm going to bring that, everybody's happy, we're going to have a high school here. No. For example, they said, oh, this is for higher education. We thought the high school is coming to Bruceby. No, that physical planning, some of the guys are building their homes there. So we are gathering all that information, all their criminal activities in the area, because they had a press conference. They even named me that, oh, we compensated her, We
will come to that.
Yeah, so that's been the issue with Sukutarians. Now it's to a point, because Sukuta during those times, years and years and years, Sukuta owned Bijila, Brusubi, Kersering, all this Paradise View, Paradise Suits, Nemasu, it's all Sukuta. It's farmland, people, just ordinary people walking there. When development come, Bijila was left with Babiji. Babiji is an old man who came, he's a Fulani guy with no family. Then we put him in Bijila, and then you have Senegalese fishermen and some people coming in, and they live there, which is fine. So now the whole area, most of these hotel areas, the government said it's tourist development area. So they took most of the areas and make it hotels, which is fine. So they took out farmlands, took everything. So now your little 30 by 40 that you have for your kids, that's what they are taking from us. So I think when it gets to that point, even the law was legal. You know, if there are any sensible lands people, you will be like, if it were me, I'd be like, well, we have this law, but now this law is creating a lot of issues for the community. Can we go over and review it? You know, can we see how we can make sure we can be fair? But they're not interested in that, because now they're all land dealers, they're brokers. They push you because they have the power. They have government behind them, quote unquote, and they have the paramilitary, they have everybody. They say, no, we are going to come take this from you. A poor family, what can you do? You will shout and scream. You know, you can't do anything.
Gambia, Mugini, this is our Gambia, and like they all say, danko dunda metenga bako. Kon nak Fatou Jaw Manneh moy suñu gan moy seni gan. We have seen you very involved in the land saga. You are in the center of it all. Some people say you are only looking for attention. What is your reaction to that?
It's my community, and if that's what you call attention, that's fine. I'm a victim, and my community, they are victims, and we will have to stand up to the injustice that's facing us. I've been doing activism all over in the world, not just Gambia, Africa. Anything that's not right. So if I'm back into my community and they are wronged, why would I sit and watch? What do I gain in what else? I don't need any other attention or exposure. You know, what kind of attention am I getting from it? If I want attention in anything, I will get it. I have my platform. People know me, you know, with the things that I do around the world. So this is just one of the injustices, and I will not, you know, and I'll have to make sure we look into that.
Some people also say that you have a political ambition. That is why you are getting into all this. What is still your reaction on that?
Well, if I have a political ambition, am I not Gambian? Ain't you Gambian? You're very active and enthusiastic, and you talk and you go all over. Does that mean you have a political ambition? Or if I have a political ambition, and so what? Am I not a Gambian? Can't I go into politics? Those who are in Gambian politics, are they more Gambian than I am? I'm not doing it for politics, but if I want to join into politics, I'll do it tomorrow.
loolu kon nag am na solo mu ne su bëggee nekk si politique bi mun na see dem am na si droit parce que Gambien la Fatou Jaw Manneh gis nañ ne all of a sudden sometime in May yaa ngi make headlines all over, you know, Fatou Jaw Manneh you know, for allegedly assaulting the PIU officers for doing their job. What can you tell us about this?
Assaulting PIU, do I look like I have a strength to assault a PIU officer? These are paramilitary troopers. They were assaulting the community. I think I already narrated what happened. It was Ramadan, actually. I was coming from a butcher shop. I was going to go cook, and I came home and my phone was ringing. I had so many messages. They said, Auntie Fatou, you know, you have to come here. Do you know they are demolishing places? So when I went, I found Salaji, you know, these paratroopers have demolished people's homes. You know, young families, they've demolished their fences, their houses, and they insist they are there to demolish, so they're going to do it. And that's how we get into there. We said, no, you cannot continue demolishing. But they have demolished everything except one fence in the, that's when we knew, because they were doing it inside. By the time we know it, they're almost done. So we found them there, you know, with the community kits, and we said, no, you cannot demolish this. And they you know, they threw some tear gas on us. I think they're the ones assaulting people. They are the aggressors. I don't have any tear gas, no gun or anything. I cannot even punch any.
So look at what you gum la lol. Be what la nyo call, you know, de la walu mel non.
Number one, I'm an activist. Number two, I have an issue at that end too, the same area. And number three, because we already have an association, mostly environmental. We created it to check on our environment, land issues, our forestry, you know, and so many community affairs. So most of them, they're there, so they called us and we went.
Is Sukuta and Salaji the same village or are they different?
Salaji is part of Sukuta. Salaji is the area where our dads used to go grow their groundnuts, where they used to farm. You know, you will have Salaji, you have Maunde Kunda, you have Mariama Kunda. All those are Sukuta. Bijilo, Nemasu, Sanchaba, Sulejo, Kirserin. All those areas were original Sukuta. But when new development comes, you know, Paradise View, Paradise Estate, all those areas are in, some are in Sukuta, some are in other areas. It's like when you say Serekunda Muritani or Serekunda Sanchaba or London Corner, Kana, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have streets there, we just have areas. So Salaji is part of Sukuta. Salaji is Sukuta, it used to be Sukuta Farms. That's where we used to work. So that's where our parents have their plots of land. It's just part of Sukuta. It's not a different city. But now any new settlement, they will try and create their own city. I was walking around Burusubi, phase 2, phase 1 is all Sukuta. I even see Afrisel Avenue and all those were original Sukuta. But you know, new development is fine. People can come, we can have schools, we can have businesses, you know. But make sure when you come there, you don't pounce on somebody's land and give it to some person, some other person, sell it somewhere else. And then you hide behind, you know, it's a reserve area for the government, or we are going to use it for the market. You know, it's wrong. You have to compensate that person something. Even if you don't compensate, you don't take it and go sell it to someone else. It's unfair. What do you think? You're bringing issues like you buy that place, I live there. I'm like, oh, you take my home and give it to Fatou. When you are innocent, you didn't know, you just buy. You thought it's a land that's available to buy. They will allocate it to you, you will buy it, you will come, and somebody will be like, oh, you in my house. I know, I bought this place. So they do a lot of that, and I think from a government, that's very, very wrong. Government is supposed to protect everyone. We are all the same. Gambia we're the same people. We have the same issues, same problems. We all want to live in peace and harmony. So you have to do things the right way so that the community will live in harmony, you know, progressive. You know, before you know it, 10, 20, who will know who's here first? We are all community.
Indeed.
So this is what they have been doing there. They will say, oh no, they refuse us to demolish the place because that place was for a market. So people will say, look at these people. Ñu ngi leen a indil marché ñu ne loolu du am. Ñu ne foofu la ñoo build school. ñoom ñu ne loolu déedéet du am. Sukuterians there, that's not true. Because they will come and take your place and said, we need this place. We are going to build a market there. When you come next time, you will find somebody there sitting pretty. You know, they won't compensate you. They won't put a school there. They won't put a market there. So they've been doing all these criminal activities, you know, in the land's office for the longest time. So we are gathering all that information. We will also call our own press conference to expose some of the things that they do to the community, inshallah.
Yes, Fatou Manneh, still on the interview, the Gambian Pride Show. The parliamentarians in 1994 declared the whole Combo as a state property. But you and your colleagues are still saying you own those land. Are you not aware of that law? If yes?
Fatou, let's say that law was right. Where is it? And let's say even that law is true. If I go to Basse today, I said all land in Basse is state land. But if I go and now I've seen we've given away almost all the land in Basse. Yow sa kër outside sa kër fu nga dem liggéey ñu jël loolu tamit sa loxo. So complain ñu ne la all this land in this area is state land. How would you feel that? Government, should they do that? That law, even if it is law, needs to be reviewed. And secondly, even though that's a law, it's against the Constitution because that's your human right. Some property, you know, whatever you own, that's your life, sa land. Whether customary la or danko jenda, sa land la. It's your wealth, you and your family. It's unconstitutional to displace you and your family. So displace la for what? Government dafa wara new place la. Make sure everybody has a place to live. But if you're going to displace Fatou to give it to Samba, you know, a government would sit and say, this law, even though it is law, but around us, this is creating issues because we cannot take it from Samba and give it to Fatou. What kind of law do you think that kind of law should be enforced? If it is law, if I take that land from you, Manneh la, hey Fatou, this land in Basse where you are, field state land la, I need it. And you walk there, you live there. The fofu nga yakar pour sa dom ñew sampal la fofu nek. O nga ñew def fa sa nako. If I take that from you, I'm taking your wealth. I'm taking your peace of mind. I'm robbing you. Dama la jaay doole ak jaay lo xamne it's not done. The government waruta def lolu to citizens. That is very, very unconstitutional. If I were in the land's office, you know, and you think well for the community and you're doing your job, even though if it is law, I will say, let us sit and review this law and see how we are going to make it work for the Gambian community. Because what we are doing, even though it's law, it's very unconstitutional. We are taking Fatou's property, Fatou's garden, you know, what Fatou have, the wealth that Fatou has, because we are government, is state land, we take it from her and go and sell it to somebody else.
So what are some of the steps that you have taken to fight that?
Just as I said, because it's been going on forever. Some people, they have their homes, but when the husband died or the dad, forget it. They will come and take it from you. So we are reviewing all that in the area, and we are going to communicate it to the ministry, to the Minister of Lands, and we're going to expose the things that they've been doing there, and we will make sure, you know, hopefully they will review some of these laws that are very unconstitutional and very aggressive and very unfair to the same people that they are supposed to protect. Government is supposed to protect everybody, you know. So we are taking steps, we are exposing that, and we are looking at it, and we will put our report together.
Fatou Manneh, the next question I want to ask is, the people of Salaji claim to have purchased their land from the rightful owners, and they have all the necessary legal documents that the land belongs to them. But you and your people still continue to go after them.
Oh, you know what's happening in Salaji? You have government criminals selling people's land, and you have Sukutarians, some criminals, selling the land too. Like, if your dad have a lot of space and physical planning and lands come and say, this is state land, we need it, they take half of it. You know, they will say, you know, some of these boys, they will say, oh, they're going to come and take all this. We're going to sell it too. So they will sell it. That is true. So we have in the system, in the government, that use their power, and they come in the guise of reserve land, state land, we're going to do this and do that. And they will in return sell it. And then we have some Sukutarians too. Some of them will sell whole parcels of land. But if your son sell your land, that is your son's foolishness. Lulu sa business la yen send family. But if government comes and grab your land and sell it, Lulu is very criminal, very unconstitutional, very unfair. You know, no government in this world can do that. Why you also don't be sujele sa land be? Mudoko have then jai ko 100,000, 300,000. Lulu yensen, it's in between you, AXA family, AXA community, AXA Kabilo. Why when government comes and take the whole Kabilo's land and go and sell it, telling you we're going to put market there, Lulu is very criminal. They're very unconstitutional, very, very criminal, very unfair. They can't do that.
According to our research, some of the lands in question have been through the courts, and rulings were made in favor of Salaji. You and your people lose the case, still went on to construct structures. What is your reaction on that?
Did you see anywhere where they lose the case? No. They will even compensate you on paper. They will say we compensate Fatou and her whole Kabilo. It's not true. We give them 40 plots of land. It's not true. Sometimes they will take 40 plots of land from your Kabilo, and they will call your nephew and give that person 10, said that's for all of you. Is that a compensation from your own area? So they have been running around in circles with the community. It's all lies. Don't even listen to it. Do your research. It's not true. I give you an example. They said they compensated me from my, they take like over 100 by 100 from me and give me like 20 by 40. Somebody else's. Why would I take that? That man has been working in that end with his family for over 20 years, 30, 40 years. Why would I come? Why would you compensate me my neighbor's land? And you take my original land and go sell it? So it's not true. Even in court, they don't enforce it. You will take them to court 10 years and the judge is like, give Fatou back her land. They will not. So it's on paper that you've been compensated or you won the case, but no.
What is your reaction to those who said the people of Sukuta only want to bring Satane or problem in the country?
Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know, or they don't know the full story. Because if it were you, Dokonangu, you are very enthusiastic. You believe in saying what you think is right. If I come to your grandma's place and tell your grandma to get up, I need the land. Then you're going to tell me, why yo? Man, kisuma mam fila neka for 20, 30 years. Munu lena def lolu. So then ko def tame dengan ko compensate. Then we will give you 200,000 Manila. Okay, go, let her go and get something else somewhere. That's how it is supposed to do. Government is supposed to do. But if I come and want to grab your land and go sell it out of criminality, yonga wakso mane yo setanenga. I think this is for the whole country. It's not about Sukuta. It can happen to anybody. This is what Kumbu has been going through. You go to Gunjur, the same. You go to Sanyang, the same. Babylon, the same. Physical planning lands, they are selling, the boys are selling, the owners are selling. So everybody, it's a circle of criminal activity. But if you and your family sell your whole land, that's your business. But government cannot come and take it and go sell it and telling you we are building a market. They are land brokers, they are land dealers, they are criminals. Some of them.
Are you feeling guilty na yangi neka part of the people inga hamna yangi that idea ne lisun bas la ken wadu ko jël?
If you don't have anywhere to go, suma ñëwé sa kër tay mané la yow mistake la def fi nga tok ni ya sa papa momu len ko nga gestu fele ak fele and you don't have anywhere to go, ding ko heccio or not? Will you heccio it or not? Because nekut ne dama ñëw rek mané la it's not out of because dama bëgga seytaane or dama bëgga quarrel or your own place yow ya sa papa tay fi ngeen nekk or sa mom or sa sister or anybody or sa yaay mané la Fatou tay yeen fi you are at the wrong place, you guys have to move and you don't have anywhere else to go. Ding ma bay nono do tit do daw places, do dem si lawyer, do daw sister uncle, do call houseman. You will do all kind of things to protect yourself and your family. These are poor people that the government is assaulting. So imagine, they don't even have money to court. Some will tell you, we went to physical planning 20 times, we took it to court. Our lawyer said this, some are even scared. They have nothing to do with the law. But they're scared because their livelihood is in danger. So where are they going to take them? If government comes and pull you out, you and your grandma, send little kid bing and your $1 saput jail lawyer. This has been going on for so many families. How would you feel? Tell your government bugu mola wara protect ni send ambe is not much. Send little place, you bring them schools, you bring them public schools, public hospitals. But if you're trying to push them, where are they going to go? Because they are not millionaires where they can go buy land in Senegal and move. For 30 years. Kuneka, Sinyun, we have a place where we call Sunkir. Sakir Bobo, if it is under threat, dingacho or not? What do you think?
So right now, gisnen na sidika bi land issue si barina everyday land issue. Ñun den cover protest be sona fu nekk ni. Yow si sa gis lan nga fa ne mo nekk the cause of all this land issue? Is it the government? Okay, is it the alcalos? Can more responsible than the general
government? Why you know some of these chiefs and alcalos are as criminal are some of the government folks. Alkalo be sometimes, mom tamed dina jai, 10 places, 10. Yo sa kabilo sa benen boy ñew rek jog bu tamé koku dem jai 5. So the big one come, koku moy government, koku mo the most moy ñom buba sañang ak esa camera la ak for call like they know them because they're going to come for your land. So ñooñu they have government backing. They come ne for state land la. If the alcalde is a crook, the chief is a crook, you have a boys in the cabilos who are crook, and you have the government crooks. They have PIUs. So that's why this is a very difficult issue. Unless government talk, they know this is a very complicated, sensitive issue. They have to be serious about people's lives. They cannot do. They steal land. They will steal all of it and give it to a real estate agent to sell it. So they got to say, "Ak bena kabilo boy ko kutamit sacha na tu johna ko pour mu jaay ko." Alkali bi tamit johna, So all this confusion, government more were serious. Put a regulatory system there. Ko hamne nobody is going to jump that. Why, if the government always comes telling you we're going to put a market there and then they will go sell it, kan mo ko har? Alkalos yi duñ har, TV duñ har, some boys yi duñ har. So poor people are helpless. It's a very, very serious situation. So government more were by land grabbing. Some of these officials, see, Ministry of Lands, like physical planning, they're serious criminals. They have to stop and sit and review. The president has to take this seriously. The Minister of Land has to take this seriously. They make sure these land issues are fixed. Because if not, the Gambian community, as we know, Gambia is easy to please people. But all this hostility is not necessary because every sector is not doing the right thing. If the government is not doing the right thing, they're going to bring paramilitary to take my home. You're so dumb. You're so violent. So one of your dom will go and sell it. Then another issue that will make another complication.
Doguma la sa teyena bula yalla dog gis nen ne dama demone defi ji ben lan interview Babylon ñene yi ñu ne president is not serious about this whole land saga because su nekk dafa serious di nga gis ne moom moo nekkoon waroon na nekk the first person to act because moom at least deal na with this entire land because moom in a life am bi yëpp si fi land la ko spend so yow si sa gis-gis foog nga ne Adama Barrow being the president waroon na moo am an impact si land problem yi yëpp
big time. Adama Barrow if su fekkee ne understand many sectors of the Gambia at least land moom waru koo jaaxal because moom realtor la Mom, he should know, and he should have even seen the issues there. Mom, su toge rek land issue mom naturally war na ko inherit hamne man su ma toge the first thing luma fix moy land issue parce que land lifin la won deal la won so I know the issues that are there, but we are not seeing it, And this is a very serious issue in Kombo, so we are very serious about this. We are not taking it lightly.
So yow su den yaay won Adama Barrow lan nga fa ne Adama Barrow loolu la waroon a def
Adama Barrow should call his minister and all those physical planning folks. They should they should talk with all these Kombo elders, whether chiefs or alcalo. The ministry should call all the alcalos and the chiefs and let them sit and see where exactly the problem is. But most of the problem that the community know and are scared of is the government himself. So if all the crooks are in the government, in lands and physical planning, you have Buba Sanying lying to his teeth, Esa Kamara, Lamin Jawara, everybody in Sukuta know their name. They say, that's sad. You also have a problem, you wara call. Nganelem suma neighbor dafa duga fi su suma land, or somebody else joge na fele ñu jël nañ suñ land. You run to them, put you dimbali la. Why, if those people are coming as aggressors taking your land, you fight them, who are you going to complain to? So any serious government will not take this seriously. Kombo is not taking this lightly because we don't have anywhere to go. And now they are going to move us to a different state. So wherever you are, so they will have to take this thing seriously.
indeed loolu am na solo bu baax a baax am na kenn tamit ku ñoo waxal mi ne ñu ne soo leen demoon fi nga xam ne moo nekk Ministry of Land den war a génne ñëpp ñi nga xam ne ñoo fa nekk ñu daaxal leen yow si sa gis-gis lan nga foog mi ne ñu dissolve place bi yëpp iniwaat new people.
That might not be 100% correct because ñi fa nekk tamit there are some old people, old folks there ñoo xam ne xam nañ. Like when Jammeh was here, there are some civil servants who are very serious with their work. Doo ñëw rek nga ne danga bale everybody out. Te ñi tamit is a new government. Man sa loolu tax when they compensated me, ñu ne ma yow sa land bi yëpp sax mënuñ la koo jox yëpp téel lii. I wanted to take it back. Laaj naa leen sax I hope this is not somebody else's place. Waaye ma toog ma ne this is a new government. Xam naa they have a lot of issues. Let me just give them time. So ñooñu tamit dañ war a toog. Instead of running onto other things, I don't know what they are up to. This is the issue that they should take care of. ñoom ñoo war a xam ñan lañ war a daaxa ak ñan lañ war a ñoo mun a evaluate. xam nga man duma la mun a wax ne daaxal kii daaxal fële but if you work at a place yow yaa xam ne who and who you need to get rid of. su fekkee ne personnel la you have crooks and criminals you do your investigations of course nga daaxa leen. You know, but you have to do your research and see who is not doing right. But where we are concerned, all of Kumbo, physical planning folks, they are the criminals. You know, all of Kumbo ñooñu lañ ragal te ñooñu lañ waroon a yaakaar pour ñooñu ñëw dimbali leen si seen land issues. Waaye si ñooñu seen bopp are real estate brokers. What are we going to do? So government has to tackle this. They don't have to be cowards. This is serious because if not, it's going to cost them their votes. Or maybe, you know, who knows?
You seem to have been, you know, a lot of people will say dafa mer. A lot of people will say you're unhappy, you know, with the land ministry, especially their ministers. What is your beef with them?
That's what, you know, you just asked me, lan la government di wara def. If the same land issues it's been going on in the same area for how many years? Yen so len ñëwé, what should be your first step? Da ngeen wax ne this thing we have to take care of it once and for all. But what are they doing about it? Lamin, the two ministers that I know of lands is Lamin Diba and Musa Drame. So what are they doing about all these land issues? We want to see them more active, you know, saying what is right and what is not wrong. They cannot stay aloof about the problem as if nothing is going on. Because they have the power to do the right thing, to help the community so that everybody lives in harmony. Man, I'm not mad at them because I know Musa Drame, I met Lamin Diba, but personally I have no beefs with them. He's a very calm guy, but when it comes to his work, he should put on his boots. He's a lands minister. He has the toughest ministry. He should check with his people what they are doing right and what they are not doing right. What the alcalos are doing right, what they're not doing right. What the community is doing right, what they're not doing right. And he should put a stern message and help the community solve the land issue.
So you personally have engaged any of them?
I did talk to Musa Drame. Because when they were compensating me, he was the minister. It's nothing personal, but he is the minister. He has to take care of, look into these land issues seriously, especially in Kombo. They're going all over, but Kombo is the hot spot for now. If we did not fix it, if they don't fix it, it's going to spill over to other communities.
Indeed, seeni gan suñu gan mooy Fatou Jaw Manneh dégg ngeen num ko waxee mu wax lu am solo Gambia daal fu mu nekk nii land issue daal problème la ku koy wax sax da nga bokk sa si problème bi Fatou Jaw Manneh ñu gis ne li nga xam ne mooy recently yaa ngi am beef with some UDP folks ñu ngi gis ñu bari ñu ngi la attaque si Facebook bi ñeena yi ñu ne yow da nga bëggoon a nekk executive member of the UDP gars yi ñu bañ moo tax nga get mad on that moo tax nga start di wax.
Musuba have nothing to do with UDP executive. Even though you're not a UDP executive, why would I want to be in the UDP executive? I've known most of my friends are UDP, most of my family members are in UDP. I have no interest in UDP at all, zero. Musuma binda kende buga na duga. Hana puduga UDP is that tough? No la tough. I have no zero interest in joining UDP. I don't. I have friends there, I have family there. I wish them all the best, but I have zero interest. So you know, mandama buga na duga si UDP executive. Who are UDP executives, sir? I don't even know them.
How long ago?
No, I know Usainu Dabo. Maybe during the struggle, ham na ñom Ibrahima Diba. But pour ma ham ñana nekk si executive ñooñu xawma leen. Like UDP Senegal, no, that's new to me. I don't know that.
So amulo ben interest ko nga bokk UDP?
No, zero. No.
So recently, tam yangi make been a statement, and it's very powerful, and a lot of people will break nas and heart. Ngane a statement, if UDP was a religion, it will not be my fate, and you are not going to either follow them or neither be a member. A lot of people say that was a harsh statement.
Maybe they see it as harsh, but that has to be cleared. I have to clarify it. UDP folks, I see them as very passionate and overzealous. I don't even see myself in UDP party at all. And
Why?
Why? Because that's been my worry all along. You know, they are a very. I see them as a cult, as a very passionate people, which is good, but I don't belong there. So I have to make that clear. I don't see UDP as a religion or no political party at all. I don't belong to no political party. You know, so that's I just have to make that clear. I supported Usainu Dabo when he was arrested. I was running all over the world for him. You know, like I did for Nyom Halifa and Hamad. Everybody that was wronged, and I am aware, I will speak my mind on it. But UDP as a party, or that's funny. No, I'm not interested in you. Even if they become the ruling party, or no, I'm not interested in UDP party. No.
Lan mo waral lu ñaaw be you're not interested.
No, dama leen ragal. Because such people with that kind of tendencies, they can easily fall into a dictatorship. Teman, I'm coming from a very serious dictatorship. You remember APRC and the APRC folks, how they were and what we went through. So I cannot join any other party that's way too passionate. No. I can't. And I've seen what goes online in politics. The way they defend it's overzealous. I see it that way. So musumawa ken nesabugana. Most of my friends and family are there. I have nothing to do with UDP. No other parties, huh? Bokuma sit party. No.
So da nga ragal UDP.
Ma ragaluma ken nak de. Ragaluma ben party, ragaluma ken du president, du opposition, du no. So man ragal, I don't mean that kind of ragal. You know, I'm a bit worried about the kind of passion that comes with certain political leanings at parties.
All right, still on the interview, Fatou Manneh is our guest. As you can see, the interview is getting interesting and more. Fatou, we also realized that some people will even say, I'm a personal grievance against some UDP folks. More than again as a statement, because I'm not attack, on social media. Those words.
UDP fans, UDP members, some of them, they can be very passionate or they can attack you online on anything. But no. I just have to clear my name or my position where UDP is concerned. That was all. Then I have no interest in being a UDP executive. And I ultimately danga buga join lolo tanga sol this year.
Jenna, so gis ne tamit yangi gina yangi wax UDP ne yow so UDP nekkoon diine yow du nekk yow sa diine daal so gis ne ñu bari tamit ñu ne yow lutax nga wara code UDP in code lutax waxuloo some members of the UDP ak yooyu noonu.
No, I'm not saying I'm angry or I'm talking about the party. if the UDP is a party, or if this, some people, I don't see any political party as a religion. People have to understand that.
So why is that new law as I don't see any political party that mentioned in UDP?
Because not per se. I just have to make it clear, because UDP, they have different see, man, the way I see it, I've been watching a lot of them. Mandamadan, I support Usenu when they were in the opposition against Jammeh. All of them, sir. Coalition be you know. But the UDP kind of politics is not my way of politics, so I cannot, because they are very, no party is a religion to me. Man, I'm a Muslim and I'm in Islam. You know, I'm not too passionate about any other group in this world, you know, or any other political party or any other thing, no. I do my community work. I'm not yet decided what party I want to join or support, and I'm encouraging people to get into politics. Nobody should bully anybody out of politics. We all have the same, you know, rights as citizens to join. I don't care if your party is, you are 99% of Gambia is your party, that 1%, if I want to be that 1%, I will be it.
So you're one political party nga boka?
None. That's what I said. I didn't boka any political party.
Bugulo nyo wax ndax danga bañ ku gaay attack la.
Who am I going to be scared to say this party la support? I'm not afraid to say this political party la support. If I come to a point where I support a party, I will tell you party B la support, and I think definitely yakli. There are many parties, and I'm watching. I'm watching them. Before elections, 2 weeks before elections, I can give it to some party. I'm watching.
So Ousainou Darboe waroon na ñëw call la oola ne la ne Fatou Jaw Manneh dama la apologize and then bëgg la jox position ci UDP. Will you join?
UDP is not a sitting party. UDP, they are opposition. Man mun na ñëw tay create political party do cut them. So UDP is not that important to me. Ousainou call Manneh join. They are not UDP. Ousainou is not the president of the country. UDP is not, they are not.
But so how many yow jigen ju mun goor nga tay yaangi mun loy def ñu bëgg nga join sen party, just like how Masi Sabali, Mamadou Sabali and other, you know, Masi Almami Funding Tal and other people ñep ñoo join UDP. Mu bëgg la indi as part of the people you nekk UDP.
Oh, that's fine. Lulu politics la. They should be very crafty, sir, in the way they invite people. But not everybody is interested in joining their party.
So sun la waxe ko nga join, will you join?
No.
Why? Kon UDP dal dang ko ci bañ rek.
No, not bang. I don't want to be in the party. Now, Lulu Tamit, I can't do it.
Lan nga foog ne UDP war nañ ko change ba yow nga join UDP party?
Man duma join. Waxal ne rek, what are they going to change? Pour, you know, they are politicians. There are people in UDP yoo xam ne sa bilaay duma dee nangu ma taseeg ñoom si yoon bi. They are I have respect for them. They're friends, some are family. You know, I just don't belong to their party. Ndax Lulu Tamit crime la. You know, maybe I'm missing something that you see. If they come and become, you know, you rule Gambia, fine. They're the sitting, you know, but for now they are not. They are politicking and they're doing their things, and people are doing their things too.
Gisoon nañ la nga nekk Director General bu QTV, all of a sudden déggatun la lu xew?
xam nga QTV, when I joined Tamit, it was, it's a new entity, and it's a new business. So it was left to the CEO. Then now I even have a signed contract with QTV for a program. But man, I traveled and I came and I didn't follow it up. But QTV was a new entity. It's a new business, so it's left to them. You know, they've hired so many intelligent young people. But they're trying to grow, and they're just checking the waters. You know, they've been, QTV was paying a lot of money even before it came on. So when they started, by the time they started, they were exhausted. You know, so they have to sit and rethink how they do their things.
Didn't you bury then la fa gisee was as a threat because danga mun loy def ba nga xamne amna ño xamne den la sonal so even nekk di len wax liggéey bi naka la sax ñu ngi la gisi as ki mom dal naka la mëna nekké sun boss
xam nga office politics fu nekk la am you have office politics all over you just have to be careful when you work with people have different backgrounds different experiences. And QTV is part of a conglomerate. You know, the owner has so many other businesses, managers, you know, everybody working together. So clashes are bound to happen. In Gambia, it's not as easy as it looks. You know, even the basics, like coming to work on time is always a problem. So I'm not even going to get into the complicated ones, but even the basics. You know, so not necessarily. Kuneka, you have your style of how you want to do things, and office politics. You know, some have been there for the longest time, and you are a newcomer. So those rifts are normal.
So jamono ji lo nekk di def Gambia da nga ñew rek tok ndax da nga ñew rek di xol what you nekk Gambia di ko wax.
No man, I went back. I just came back 3-4 months ago. Even though I'm back, but I was going and then I just came back 3 months ago. I'm watching the situation. I'm very involved in non-profit work. I'm doing some non-profit work behind the scenes, and I've created an environmental group. We have created an environmental group in Sukuta to look after our environment and do some community work for now, yes.
Baro government be musna la o ku nga liggéeyal len ndax da nga musa apply?
No, musuma apply. But man, when I came, so many people went to Barrow to talk on my behalf. Man, to be honest, they have given me few things to do. You know, man, not quite comfortable to get into it yet.
Lo xew amulo yaakar ci Barrow government bi because it was somehow UDP government because it was coalition and Ousseynou was the then vice president and Gambia bi mo nek lolo.
No, I don't see them as a UDP government. I see them as a coalition.
Coalition, that's not.
But now the coalition has disintegrated. So now, you know, nobody can beat us for that.
So
I'm considering. I don't know. I'm not just quite comfortable yet. Yeah.
So they're gonna the hall.
The money at the hall. Not everybody tell me what now works in government. You can work there or man I've been doing activism for years. So man gardener I think I should have the peace and decision to do it.
I'm not going to have president. Very soon they gonna announce.
Chimwe,
CB Decabilo guy wad. You know from neka xam nga ne Sukuta dafa rëy so yaa ngi try ku jël youth si pay Mary and everything.
I didn't even know that's in the air. But if I decide to, nobody will stop me.
Ñeme nga te pare nga.
Who am I going to ragal? When you say ñeme nga, who is there to ragal? What's there to ragal? I'm a Gambian. But I'm not into that. That's what you say. Let's leave it at that. I'm not into anything for a president. Nothing. But if they say so, you never know. I want to create a political party. Right now, I'm talking to all people in Combo to be very wise in politics. They have to join parties that will look after their interests. You know, politics.
So, ban party nga for the Monica in for the interest of the people?
Right now, I will not say. But my advice to people is just take your votes to parties, to political parties that are going to look after your interests. This is our problem. This is what we want you to solve. If they look into it and they are serious about it, politics interest. It's not a religion. This party, if I die, I'm going to go to. No. You know, we are very sentimental, especially in Combo. We've been doing that, following PPP, pop, any party, kunyo, no. What do they get from it? Being a scholarship, so they don't get it. I'm in scholarship, I'm in Lopitan, all day Lopitan, all these 50,000 people, self-help project clinics, right, like they am. So if you're going to support a party, or political party, or government, or president, make sure mom tamid munge just to yen area. So you develop Muhammad, all of, you know, he's taking care of the things that you think he should do for the country or for the community.
Let's talk about the struggle. Gis neen right now ku nekk dafa jóg on social media ñun ñoo fi génne Yaya Jammeh ñun ñoo xeex ñun ñoo def lii ñun ñoo def lele yéen yéen a nekkoon ci struggle bi. I remember the Ma Fanta sa column bi nga daan run, you know, so ñu bëggoon a xam rek ñan ñu nekkoon the real strugglers.
The real strugglers, well, everybody is mun naa wax ne they are in the struggle. Because one way or the other, hey na yow dang ma di gis, but behind the scenes somebody else is even doing more than I was doing. So kenn du mun a ñëw claim ne, you know, man ma ñun ñoo amee one struggle. Whatever you do will speak for itself. If you do things for your self-interest, it will show at some point. If you do anything for your country, it will show. No matter who you are or what you do, at the end of the day, it will show. If you're doing it for country, you just do it for country and move on. Even in South Africa, even those who struggled with Mandela, most of them died. They did not live to see what they did. So, in the real struggle, that's how we think. Whether this new government amnañ fadara or next government or li amna or lele amna, we didn't do it for that. Problem mo ñew rek ñun ñu jog out of our conscience, xam nga ñu sacrifice lu bari so that we can do certain things. So tay yow so joge tay nga ne ya mom struggle bi, you know, good luck to you. You know, it's all good.
So naka won sa column bi nga daan run sa blog bi, you know, and why the name Ma Fanta?
Oh, I was thinking of a cultural name. Then I thought about my grandma, Manneh. But no, Manneh wouldn't sound right. So let me just think of a local name. I was thinking of my grandma's name, but Manneh, they did not. So let me do it Ma Fanta, because in a local setting, Ma Fanta is a regular name. So, and that would be easier to pronounce and remember. That was it, out of nothing.
So fufu ngeen daan bindee lu nekk.
Oh yeah. Fufu mom. Wow. Fufu mom, yes, because I started that when I had issues with Jammeh, that Madelo America. That was 2009. Ufeka, oh my God, because Jammeh yaxal na nit ñi lu bari. So ma gis ne now we have to come 100% full force. The only way man suma masi can do is more right, and with my friends ñi dee binda. So that's when we start, that's how we voice our grievances, right? So everybody who thinks like me or right, they will come and join us to write.
Lan nga jotee Jammeh?
Not personally.
Xamuloo ko personally?
No, I met him, I think once in the US. And that was it. Man, xawma Jammeh in person. I have nothing to do with him. Jammeh mom yalla mayon nako. Jammeh could have been a very good citizen. Muna after the presidency sax mu tok fi, because he took over when he was young and people clamored to him. People believed in him because he came from a poor background like all of us. Excuse me. You see, you're talking me tired. So we were thinking that Jammeh was going to be a very good person, good president, because he's a regular guy. You know, nekut ne domi billionaire, and he's just like you and I. So we thought he knew our issues. Everybody loved him. But the power got into his head. You listen to this TRRC, or if you knew what was going on, it was unbelievable. And all that they were doing it because they want to hold on to power. Power got into their head, and money. All they were thinking, amassing money. And this is the problem we have with African presidents. If you think you're, but when they see power and money, you lose them. They lose their heads into it. So that's what Jammeh did. And mom, not only corruption and power, but if you start, people start to disappear, people start to die, killed, that's a no. You cannot do that. We can't let that slide. We couldn't do anything. All we could have, all that we did was write and talk about it.
I understand xam ne moom binakat la moo taxit wax bu bari daf koo sonal su ko defee rek dinañ def nii rek waxtaan ak moom si li nga xam ne mooy mild. A lot of folks don't believe in the TRRC ñeneen ñu ne TRRC is just here to witch hunt Jammeh ñeneen yi bañ nañ ko ba ne TRRC bi ñu ko set up sa si seen boppa setun ku mel ni Alhaji Baro moom mu ngi fi woon ñëwoon ne dafa def bokk si ñuy ku ñëw bokk si investigation team bi ñeneen yi si seen boppa sa nangunta dem si TRRC bi ku mel ni Sabali ku mel ni Yankuba ak ñeneen ñoo xam ne sax dem neen but am neen few question for the TRRC feeñal lu bari loo xam ne moo daan dem si biir My Two bi yow nga nekk jigéen ñu ñëw si li nga xam ne moo nekk nga jëloon nataal si biir My Two bi ñu bëggoon a xam naka nga defee loolu.
I did not go to TRRC yet. I just sent it because when they started and wrote to me, dafa fekk ma tukki, so I just sent my statement there. But my person, I did not appear at the TRRC yet.
Will you appear if they call?
I'm not sure.
Why?
I've already given my statement. Muna amadem. I will not go because I already sent them my statement about what happened. And yow natal bi nga wax bobu fele la NIA la when I was arrested. Yeah, I took those photos when I was arrested because you never know when I'm there or something happened, so I had to take those photos to sneak them out, so people know what was going on there. Don't feel little things fufu in case they kill me, somebody's coming to look, so.
Naka nga mënee def loolu noonu parce que foofu ñu ne doo mën a amee téléphone.
Well, I was just coming into the country with my luggage. You search my, they don't search up to 2 a.m. But that photo, that camera, it's small. And because when I was coming, I wanted to buy a camera, and it was very expensive. I said, I'm just going for a visit. Let me just buy a disposable camera. So they were very small. So I just kept it with, in my shirt. And then in the evening, whilst I'm doing my exercise, I take some photos. And then I sneaked it out and sent them back to the US.
Dafa am ñu la bag ko nga def loolu ay officers.
No, they don't see me. No. How much can fofu?
How smart were you? Ragal lo bo don def loolu ne muna la japa.
No. Suñ ko jappé, what are you going to do? Danga delu jël rek nga jël suma camera hana. What else are you going to do? I didn't kill anybody. I was just taking photos. I didn't take them in the open. And when the place is quiet and I'm running around, that's when I take it.
La pictures yu defal bu mu génné ñetti yeb di ko waxanto.
I think it was important pour nit ñi gis fofu. Because man, I have no idea what NIA looked like, what it was. I had, dama dey dégg so many bad things. And I tried. If they lend them, but them I checked pour ndax dina gis Bamba Dinka but it was too dark and dusty and I'm going, how ma fufu? So dama dan them check inside to see that dina dégg nit or tie nañ fa nit, I did all that. So sometimes when I try to take pictures, it's dark. I couldn't take certain places. But I tried when I could, and I just wanted to know, the world to know what Jammeh's NIA looked like inside.
Mos neen la torture foofu?
Oh, no. Luckily, no. The only torture more mosquitoes than I was sleeping anywhere on the floor.
Sapa gaañu nga ñëw Gambia. Ragal loo woon ku ñëw Gambia with everything lu daan go on yëpp. Sa family tam.
I was thinking about it. Why tamit at some point Gambian ga rek, because sometimes you come all the way to Dakar, doo mën a ñëw Gambia nga dellu You travel all the way to Dakar, domo na Gambia nga del. So papa, you know, you are in a hurry to come. So I'm just gonna go. Whatever happens, happens, right?
And later, what happened?
You know, they just took me from the airport, and then straight to the NIA. They checked all my stuff. I was there for 6 days. Then they took me to court for almost 2 years. You know, I think they just, you know, Jammeh's time. It was rough.
New government bi ñëw gaay fay la xaalis bu bari ñaata leen la fay ak ana xaalis bi.
You know, that's private. Ana xaalis bi moom is private. Yeah, but loolu sa what happened mooy there was this organization. Man, when I left here, ñoom ñoo ma binda ne they doing a lawsuit for again, you know, victims. Man, how ma woon ne sax they were collecting names, so they start writing to us, asking me questions, and that was it. Nekkut ne man dama dem rek jóg yóbbu leen court, no. I was not even aware when it was initiated. They wrote to me that, you know, they are considering that kind of lawsuit.
So how much were you paid?
I think each victim got $1 million or so.
I know, getting a call from all over the world.
Oh yeah. Lolo mom is. Yeah, that happened. I was not even here when it was reimbursed, but yeah, everybody thinks you are a multi-millionaire. That's not even the case. They don't know. They don't know what you went through for 22 years. People didn't know what you sacrificed, what you lost. Nobody knows what you went through in reality. That's between you and your God, and it was your duty as a citizen. Why nobody can measure. I'm got 22 years or 20 years or 15 years, then, you know, it's not easy. Then you sacrifice a life. You sacrifice your private life, you sacrifice your work, you sacrifice your career, you sacrifice your family. You know, your family is always, you know, wondering, make them all broke. You know, everybody running around, everybody scared. It's a difficult situation. You know, so it was not an easy time for people.
Do you have any regrets getting into the journalism field?
Oh, no, not at all. No, don't you ever sit and regret being a journalist. If that's what you want to do, is the best thing that will happen to you. You have to look at you all. You're sitting here, it's night, it's evening. You're passionate about it, you're committed. You know, when I got in here, I have a different view of Gambia talent. I knew, you're guess talking to people at the airport and places. Manneh, this girl, she's very active. But I didn't know you have a whole lot of media production here. And you all are very young. You could have been doing something outside, but you're passionate about what you do. You are committed. I'm so touched when I got in. You know, I was very, very, not just inspired, I was really touched, you know, that, you know, you are young folks, you know, some are editing, some are photographers, young, you know, young men and women, you know, you are trying hard to make the best out of what you have here. That is very inspirational. That is, to know my country, I have young folks doing this. And it's the same with QTV, Paradise TV, all this, Africa too, you know? So that gives us hope there. You know, we have the right people, the country is in the right hands. So if we are old, you guys are taking over. So I'm touched and I'm very proud of all of you. Especially you, you're very talkative, you're very passionate, you're in and out. You know, I've never given a real talk with no one. But because I see you out there, I'm like, you know, I definitely, if you call me, I will have to answer. So that's the way to go.
Indeed. Jërëjëf Fatou Jaw Manneh gis ngeen ko mooy suñu gan mooy seeni gan mu nekk jigéen ju mun góor Fatou Jaw Manneh, if you were to advise the current government, that is Adama Barrow's government, what message will you give them?
Adama Barrow has to do a lot. I'm very disappointed for the new Gambia that we fought for. I'm not sure whether he's aware or he's doing that we are not seeing. this land issue is a problem. In Gunjur, we have this Chinese fish meal factory destroying people's lives there. It's a problem. Electricity, where I am coming from, it goes like 5 times sometimes a day and night, you know. And this is supposed to be a transitional government. We trusted him. I don't know whether he realizes or he knows the kind of weight and hope that people had for him. So, believe me, he has to try and do more. This Komboland issue, he has to. Right now, I'm talking to people. I'm encouraging them to get into politics, to talk to him, so that he can help us with the issues that we have. If he doesn't, you know, form your own politics or alliance with people that will listen to you.
How about Adama Barrow's advisors? Do you think those people are advising him the right advice? If everything that is happening in Combo, I believe they are also seeing that, are they advising the president the right advice?
Well, I want to know too. Maybe you go find out. I don't even know who his advisors are. I don't know who his advisors are.
Dutsano.
Who?
Dutsano.
Who is who? Who is he? What does he do? No, I don't know Dutsano, or I don't know what he can advise Adama Barrow. Dutsano, he's a politician, right? Mm-hmm. No, I don't know him, and I don't know what he can tell Adama Barrow. So whoever their advisors are, you know, they should definitely wake up and smell the coffee. Gambia has changed, you know, so Adama Barrow has to be very alert. We are seriously disappointed. You know, he has to step up a bit. You know, this transitional part of the government is soon coming to be over. You know, some people think he still needs time. Some people think he's not. You know.
How about you? What do you think? He still needs time?
He's too slow for me. He's way too slow. I don't like the way things are, you know, running. But if he decides that's what he wants to do, he's the president. That's fine. What we can do as citizens, that will be our choice too. Mm-hmm.
Adama Barrow is so slow for me. Lolo la Fatou Jaw Manneh wa Fatou Jaw bu boba ñu 2021 election dina interesting. A lot of people gis nañ political party yu bari Marisok all of a sudden mu nekk jigéen mu ñëw get into politics. No gisee jigéen boobu noonu mu bëgg a nekk president.
Jigéen waruta nekk president, Hannah.
I ask you.
No. Tay, also tomorrow if you want to register a party and you cannot be a president, don't you feel comfortable or confident, or why do you think you cannot be president or her? If you think what she is saying is attractive to you, fine. If not, just judge her as a Gambian woman who is interested in politics. If you agree with her politics or her policies, salam. If you don't agree, fine, don't give her your vote, but don't box her because she is a lady, so she cannot do politics. No, we should completely stay away from that mindset.
So see, our 2021 election dina interesting. New political parties, fu nekk coalition bi tas na ku nekk ngi bëgg dem ak geenam.
I know, coalition bi tamit, you know, they new disappoint, but so we don't have a choice but to go with what's available. Yes, new parties. I hope there are new parties coming, new alliances. You know, it's politics. Let's watch the game. And I hope we can be wise to see which ones will best suit our interests.
A lot of people want either APRC you win, UDP, or NPP or GDC. You see your 4 parties. But more Gambia hooked up.
You win these 4
wow, these 4 parties because ñom ñoo di claim ne ñoo fi oppa ñu bari ci ñom leen am yaakar.
No, out of these 4, you want to win. I cannot predict that. So APRC, is that big too? Is it? I don't know.
No, la guy wa APRC ñu ñoo nekk the biggest political party.
Wow, in the Gambia.
Yes.
Huh. With UDP and
yes, UDP tamit ñu ñoo nekk the biggest.
But we're gonna have new political parties coming up. So
ñu foog nga ne dinañ am dara.
No, even it doesn't matter. Even suñ amul dara, you know, just take your chunk and show I'm not happy with what it's doing. So I will take my chunk out and put it there, or put it on the side, just to show you we're not happy with the trend. Don't make it easy for any of them. That's what I will advise any new political party, or so any party, whether UDP la or GDC la or Barrow, more is the sitting president.
Wow.
I don't know their strategies or what they're planning, but it's going to be interesting. Mantamit, I'm watching like you. I cannot predict. If I knew, that would be very good. If I could have predicted, that would be great. It's good. It's just going to be interesting. Let's all sit and watch.
Our show is called Gambian Pride Show, and tey yoo la ñuy celebrate gis nañ ne si suñ dëkk muy Gambia saa su ne nit dafa dee nga dégg ñu ne moo fi def lii moo nekkoon de force jigéen bu def lii moo nekkoon de force góor bu def lii du ñuy celebrate dundee celebrate. It's the hard fact. Mu neex ñiti bëgg koo dégga mu naxari ñiti war koo dégga waaye moo di am all the time. Gis nañ fi ñoom Alaaji Mansour Njie, gis nañ fi Alaaji Seyd Camara. You just name many names doo ko mun a égal. Tey bi tri bi fool na ndaanaan bi wàcca na liggéeyam dundee celebrate. Tey Gambian Talents suñ Gambian Talents Pride Show bi ñu laa celebrate. How do you feel celebrating a hero like you?
You all are my hero too. I'm very honored, like I told you, man. I know since I got back, man, I don't even give interviews like that. But because I see how passionate you are, you've been writing to me, and I've seen you going all over. You guys are serious about what you do, and that gives me hope. And I am very happy that you all were looking up to me. But Mantamit, I am very hopeful that there are people like you who are taking over. So it's a win-win, and I am very humbled and happy that I am here with you. So when I'm 90 years old, by then you will be president maybe. You know what I mean? So you can just invite me to your inauguration, and then you never know. So you just have to believe in what you believe in. Say your truth, and look after your communities. Be very genuine. That's very lacking in Gambia. Be genuine about what you do. You have to look out for your community, for your co-workers, for your friends, family, government. If you're working for government or any way you work, maybe you're doing the right thing or you're not doing the right thing, but do it from your conscience. From your conscience, I am trying to do this, trying to be productive for your country. Try to do the right thing. Just don't do things because you want to go with the flow or liak la. Stop, the fakeness out of it. Just be genuine to yourself and to your country. Look out for your community, for your country, fellow countrymen, for your continent, for the world. Everybody has a little bit to contribute to make the world better. And look ahead. What you're doing, it's very important, all of you. From 10 years from now, you can be doing something else, but you learn from here. Just do your best for your community, Just do the best. Follow your truths, Make sure you ask the right questions. Just go with the flow and leave more hair. No, if you want to be a journalist, you have to be passionate and genuine, about what you do. So, man, I'm celebrating you guys, too. That's why I am here. Normally, I don't, venture out that much.
Right. Your final message to our beautiful viewers that are watching the Gambian Talents Pride Show?
We have to start taking Gambian talents seriously. These are serious young Gambians. And I'm glad to be here, and we all have to contribute our little that we can do to take the Gambia forward. We cannot be, scared of anything. Follow your truth, do your work, do your little contribution. Every little thing counts.
Musna la wax ne da nga rafet. Xam nga ne yow da nga nice.
Oh.
Huh?
How about with you? I think
you
are
nice
nice
and beautiful. So gisee la ak sa HB and everything. Ñu xool la bu baax a baax. They wouldn't believe that yaa ngi this. Yeah.
You are prettier. I'm just trying to be like you.
So yeah, definitely.
Yes, just like you, Fatou.
Yeah, today.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate Nako. You're very hardworking. So keep it up there. Don't look back. just keep doing what you're doing, and you're doing it beautifully, and you're doing it very well. Keep it up, man tamit. I'm very proud of you.
kon nag Gambia gis ngeen ko tey ñaari Fatou yi ñoo toog ñu ne ko Fatou noonu rek la moo nekkee kon nag yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen a ñuy seetaan xool sanse bu yanja bi sanse bu rafet bi wax naa leen ko sol lu jot dafa nice kon nag di jaajëfal suma ñawkat bi nga xam ne nag mooy Amina Jaytes Couture moom nag moo jaar si sanse bu nice bi di ko wax merci beaucoup di ko wax jërëjëf Amina sanse bi nice na love naa ko so much and then suma guest bi tamit like na ko kon nag yow yaa def ba mu baax yaa def nag ba mu raj su ko defee rek yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen a bëgg a mu sansal leen mën ngeen koo call si 7992658 7992658 mooy number bi mu ngi foofu si burus bi just right next to Gamtel bi foofu la nekk di ko wax jërëjëf bu baax a baax and thank you very much for also coming ñun lii leen soxla dama ko di wax all the time Gambia soo waxee nit interview ñu baree bari dang danaa wax interview ñu laa xajaan nga wax leen interview dama la bëgg a am ñu laa wax sorry yow la kan te fekk hit na sa xamee nañ la at some point ba dinañ la let down dinañ la xoolaat ba duñ taay duñ dama yéen yéenay suñu celebrities if everyone was like her obviously dinañ try di xam ñu baree bari ñu bari dama dee gis ñu ne Gambian journalist duñ dee liggéey sometimes I say yes am na ñu bari du ñuy liggéey hit na suma maas du ñuy liggéey but sometimes too we try but sometimes da nga try ba soona doo am so su nekkee ñëpp easy yal nañ ko just like Fatou Jaw Manneh di nga gis dina gën a yomba am na journalist yu bari yoo xam ne ñu ngi si biir dëkk bi def nañ lu baree bari but kenn mënut koo waxtaanee because gars yi yaataluñ ñu seeni bunta ku ñu xam ban liggéey la gars yi di def so I want everybody inspire leen su ko defee ñu mën a am more of this.
Well, you will have to encourage our young people in journalism. Gambian journalism tamit dafa am ay categories. I forgot to mention one thing to you. Bulende yakamti nak neka celebrity in journalism.
Indeed.
There is Gambia Press Union here. If you need any kind of training, you know, to a certain level, because I like it when young people are very compassionate or passionate or very enthusiastic, but you have to be professional.
Indeed.
They have to add professionalism to it. Gambian journalism now, tamit, it's out of hand. So lolu tamit fok ñu discuss ko.
You know
what I mean? So if you have staff who are coming to you, like you say, you train people, people stay here for a year or so many years to get some experience, fine. But you can always alliance with the Gambia Press Union so that they can help you with training.
And Dogo Malasa?
Continuous training and training and training so that you can contribute more and do it professionally, because you're not just here in the streets, the worry them, you know, you can jump and go to Senegal, jump and go to England, jump and go to Nigeria or somewhere else, and they would be like, he's a Gambian journalist. But you see, Gambian journalists cannot even express themselves. They cannot express themselves. They cannot write anything. They don't know what to ask, what not to ask. They're missing a lot. They have the enthusiasm. They want to do it. But journalism is one field where you don't jump right them sobo. You will have to learn something. Lulu is very important. So Bulan, you have to take that seriously. Make sure you all are in continuous training. If this is what you want to do, you know, you guys, it's easy, wahla, and so on and so forth. But make sure you train yourselves to be the best, so that you can represent us here and anywhere else in the world.
And li nga wax rek loolu lay gëna dëgëral soo gisee Gambian Talents TV we have a good relationship with the GPU, the Gambia Press Union. Sirif Bojang Junior suma xarit suma brother man ko nuyu di nga gis ne sun gaay yi moom si boppam daf di ñëw am fi training with the young ones daf ñu dee train ñun ñëpp ñun at Gambian Talents we believe that training is what will keep you going. And with training you can develop every day, every time. Moo tax soo gisee somebody must start legi the next day yaa ngi gis mu ngi gën a dem, because we invite people like you, people like other people you know train folks here. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank
it was
you very
nice.
much, Fatou. I really appreciate it, and I'm very happy to be here. And I'm very happy to be here. I will come back anytime. And I think Gambians, you have to come and talk to her, and we have to encourage all our young journalists in the country. And you know, this is the way forward for the country. You know, you should talk to anybody. So now go ahead and call Barrow and tell him to come.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm not just alone. Yeah, not President Adama Barrow. Dina la call.
Barrow can call Dabo nga call all of them.
ñoom ñëpp loolu lay def. man duma daw de soo leen daw daal man duma daw.
they daw de no.
jërëjëf thank you.
am na lu ñu leen andil lu bees tàq loolu mooy lan diggante rahmatullahi wa barakaatu am na lu ñu leen andil lu bees tàq loolu mooy lan diggante nekk programme boo xam ne dafa jóg pour defar diggante yi.
diggante dinañ waxtaane nag si biir kër yi.
diggante nit ki ak boromam.
dinañ dem si biir office yi.
diggante nit ki ak yonantum.
dinañ génn réew mi.
diggante nit ki sax ak moromam. bàyyi daam am na ko tiit na lool ci diggante ak boromam mbaa du yàqu yi.
diggante du fi yàqu diggante dina ko defar fii.
ndax nag réeroo amul daal waaye ñàkk waxtaan a am bu ñu waxtaanee gindandikoo programme boobu nag ana ñan ñoo koy amal.
Mouhamadou Lamine Kane al Mansour ànd ak xaritam Baye Dame Diouf ñooy def diggante.
Gambian Talents TV. ñoo leen di indil programme bu mag boobule.
dinañ ko indi ajuma bu nekk bu juróom-ñetti waxtu jotee ba juróom-ñeenti waxtu ak genn wàll.